What is the impact of discrimination on players on fans in sports?
Well, for me, I'd say that just as been discussed, one will be mental discomfort, okay? Because you can imagine yourself playing at a high club level. Let's say just like you guys, you're playing at Afiteza, right? Then you're discriminated. You say discrimination can either be racism, somebody wants to put your game down. So what happens when you're on the field? You're not comfortable. You can't give your 100%. Then what happens? People don't now. Even the coaches are like, you know what? You're not getting more game time. Another person who's mentally well will be given more game time. Another thing that John you said is what? People can commit suicide. Okay, and it has happened actually in the world. Okay, even fans too. Some fans remember bet on Arsenal. Okay, even in Kenya we've had cases where fans after the game is done, they go take a rope and they kill themselves because of the love of the sport. Some people love the sport too much. Together. Something else you've said was which point did you give us?
Like the what would be the impact? Like what would after the fans or the players discriminate? What would the people that are facing the discrimination like? What would they feel? What would be the impact of
Now, the impact number one maybe can be how can I put it? Um, like in most countries, yeah, let's say people fight, a sport can be even taken aback. Like we say, hey, there's no need for games now. Because why? People are dying. People are fighting too much. Let's do away with this sport. If it's football, let's do away with it. And maybe you had a very big chance for players had big chances to move. Okay, like let me give you exactly. Imagine you're discriminated, your passport is taken away by your club, like it happens in Kenya when a footballer wants to go to be signed, is being signed. Okay, so it happens that your club, because they have all your infos and they should sign you out, they don't they don't want to let you go. So what happens to your career? An impact is what? Careers can go down. Okay. And that career maybe was the one that would feed this person's family. You never know. Okay guys. So I think that's one impact, that careers can be fall down. Other things, sports can also be taken away. Like like there's no need. If there's death now, why should we continue with this thing? Let it just stop. Just like in football, when people fight, what do you see me do? I take the ball and I tell everyone now let's stay like that till they sort it out. Okay. Yeah. On to the next. That's number.
what are some of the things a player will face if they discriminate?
If they discriminate. Now, if we're talking about football, right?
Yeah.
So if a player, let me take you back to a World Cup that Suarez beat a person, and they were given a penalty, and that team Ghana never met the penalty. So Suarez beat a person. He beat him, and he called him the monkey word, right? Now, what happened to Suarez? He for 1 year he didn't play for his national team. Okay, he was benched. Uh, for about 2 months, he didn't play for his club, the club that now signed him. So you get that your career can go down spiraling because what did you do? You did something wrong, okay, and you're facing the consequences. So there are consequences that come, and these consequences are even set by FIFA. Are we together, guys? So that's one of the biggest. Game time down. You're given it's like timeout. Get timeout. Yeah. On to the next question.
So the next question is, what are some things a fan will face if they discriminate?
Hi. Let's just go here close to Gor Mahia FC. You say when their team is beaten, what do? Mawe, stones. So what happens? The authorities say games will no longer have fans. There's no need. The game can happen without fans. Do you remember during COVID? Football was still on and there were no funds so that people could not contract COVID. The same thing. If we are going for a match so that we can discriminate other people, so that we can fight other people, so that we can uh, use the bad language with other people, the authorities can now come in and say, hey, there's no need for fans. So fans do not get to do what? To indulge in the games. They are given also them, it's like timeout, guys. No more fans. Just watch it from home. So even the thrill of the game goes down, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Ah, yeah.
What are some of the things the managers, coaches, nutritionists you face if they discriminate?
Well, if I, your coach, discriminate you, how will you feel? One day I come and tell you, Muyanze, you're a bad player. How will you feel? Will you come back to the club? Exactly. Will you want me to go out of the club? If all the kids have been telling, I'm telling them you're bad kids, you don't know how to play, will you guys want me out? Definitely. So what, you are fired, you're sacked. Many actually, not most coaches do it, but you can see even for the likes of Manchester United, they've been changing coaches, not because they discriminate, because they want performance and everything. So it's the same case with now discrimination. If I am to discriminate someone and it is known, guys, it's better that for that coach to move out because there are other good coaches that can take people somewhere. Okay, so that's one of the major ones. Yeah.
And could it do to change nation or like reduce?
What do you think we should do, guys, so that we can reduce this thing? Because it's a monster. What do you think? What do you think can be done?
Maybe we can maybe create a policy even emoji if you like
Hmm.
even say like what did you miss or like what did you miss that penalty? So trash or something like that. So maybe like we can create
Very
a ban
good.
like
Creating
ban
policies, yeah,
like a
that's
ban
a
on
good point. With creating policies, I'd say we set rules that regulate exactly just like the home country, exactly. And then you see, we can't have rules if there's no awareness. The number one thing we do is we fight for awareness to create awareness that it's not okay, guys, to do these things. You know,
change rules like when you sit in the bench maybe you can just
exactly.
follow that even there are some yellow cards and red
Very
cards.
good.
The rules are that if you even say you're going to
Very,
get
very good.
a red card, you're going to be then like you have to say like a red card you're going to be banned for
Exactly.
like 3 matches or
Exactly. You see, even before we start our sessions, we usually talk to you guys, we remind you, hey, we've been too rough. And it's happening on the field at the moment. Some people are too rough. And some people will just say, hey, I bodied him. That's a body. But at the time, it was not a body, it was an intentional foul. Are we together, guys? So, creating awareness will give us the space to make the rules. Are we together? What else, Mianze, do you think can help us stop discrimination?
um
Can I tell you one thing, another thing? I think by fighting for equality. Because most people will discriminate because they feel superior than others. They feel they have more skill than you. They feel I'm older than you. Ah, this is an under seven. Aha, this is an under nine. But that under nine can be a very good player in the years to come more than you. Okay. So everybody has the time to grow. Okay. So if we all see that we are equal and come to that will promote number one, peace. Okay, that will promote gender equity. That there is no a girl is better than a boy is better than a girl. Okay, so that's another point that we can really look into. Okay, guys. Okay. On to the next question.
next question is the next one is what is the importance of ethics in sports?
Ethics. What are ethics, guys?
Ethics are like rules or the regulations,
Policies.
or the way you like the way you play, the way the
Very
managers
good.
treat you,
And
the way you're
ethics,
supposed to be fair.
very good. And ethics, remember, are positive things altogether. They are positive ways. It's like a culture. Like how do you do your things? How do you handle your things? So, importance of ethics, guys. In this moment, I'd say having ethics is very important because if we have the rules, okay, if we have a way of doing our things, it's just like I told you, Man City has their culture. Even when I'm born in England, I know my team, Man City. If Man City had a way that they were doing their things well, they never fight, they never abuse each other, they never discriminate. If you find that culture, you'll also go that way. But if people find a culture that is hooliganism, throwing rocks here in Dandora, if you find that, you're most likely to do that. So having ethics will set a pace, a road that it's like being a good role model, okay, for the rest that will come in. Are you together, guys? Yes. So that's the point.
What is the importance of rules and regulations not only in the game but outside, as in ensuring fairness to both teams, as in no biased ref or no arguing with the ref or just the fans shouting insults at players?
Hmm. We'll answer that question next time, guys. We're going done five. I think the time now is for you guys to go to class. It's almost 8:30.
Okay.
So we pick up from there.
Yeah.
Question number
13.
13. Say hi to Melon when you see him, yeah?
Okay.
That was good, that was good, that was good. See you when you see me. Make sure you go to class chap chap, yeah?
Yeah.